Hello. Hi, good morning. I forgot the timer has run out and it's down to 0. Oh my god, thank you so much for the people that are joining me after listening to the podcast. I feel like I'm indebted. I really appreciate it. When I opened Twitch Manager, streaming manager on Twitch, and I just saw it was like half an hour ago you hit your next follower goal. Like I think I said it, when was it, on Wednesday, when I reached 160 and it's like already 170. Oh, hi Coffee. Also hi Coal Train. Oh, Coal Train. Okay. And Momo and Coffee, hi, good morning. We're famous. Yeah, no, I've received a lot of support since yesterday. I didn't know exactly when the podcast would come out. I knew it was on Friday. So someone on Discord told me, and I was in shock, and just checking some really nice comments and tweets and comments on YouTube on my channel that I received. I'm gonna dedicate some time and just go through them and answer them, just to show that I'm thankful. Should I share some fun tidbits, some behind the scenes, and then start studying? So yeah, it was really cool that when I reached out to Quincy, he responded to me. That I did not expect that. So that was really cool of him. He's like a really, really kind person and very enthusiastic, just about sharing other people's stories and just learning about a different culture. That's really kind of him. So we had 2 different calls. One of them was to check if my tech works with their system, and then the other one was okay, this is the actual recording. And we said hello, and then we were setting things up. He was like, are you ready? And for some reason the electricity blinked and my microphone stopped working, right a few minutes before. Okay, are you ready? We should start recording. So I felt really embarrassed, but he was really kind about it. So I just had to close the meeting and then rejoin and all of that. And then I doubt you can notice in the the podcast, the whole, because I think it's an hour and a half. There is a time where I was talking and he asked me a question, and then boom, I was kicked out of the meeting, and I was like, what did I do? Because I already made a mistake. I cannot make another one. It's embarrassing, honestly, because I really admire him. And then I quickly rejoined the meeting and I was like, was it my fault? And he was like, no, I pressed the button wrong. And I was like, yes. I even told him, I was like, you cannot believe how happy I am that it's your fault. So we had 2 technical issues, which I doubt you can tell. Especially the one where it was in the middle of the, I guess I would call it the interview. And then you can barely, I know because I know where it was. But it is okay that it says more than Middle East for you. Yeah, absolutely. That is something that I felt comfortable talking about. Yeah. Yep. I've been more open about it little by little. But that's as far as I can go. Thank you, Coffee. So yeah, it was fun. I had a lot of fun. All right. We cannot stall more, as much as I would love to stall more, but one has to eat the frog, as they say. I don't think I ever want to eat an actual frog. I know it's a part of military training. Who cares? Yes. So I actually have a question I'm gonna ask the YouTube community later, which I love spoiling things on stream, because a limited number of people will know, which is like I'm interested in taking a free code camp course on stream. Oh, hi. Hold up, did I see? Yes, I did see. Hi Oliver, what's up? Hello, hi. Can you see some numbers go up, because that's scaring me. In a positive way. So what was I saying? I was saying I'm gonna ask by a poll, probably mostly on YouTube, depending. I may post it on X or Discord. We'll see, depending on how many replies I get, because I normally wait 24 hours to get the answer to the poll, which would be, which free codecamp course should I take on stream as a thank you? Mostly to learn, obviously, but also as a thank you. Let's go on free codecamp. By the way, you guys will notice that I'm not even signed up, because this is my streamer account. I was normally signed in my personal account. Before I sign in, I want to go through the courses, which I am now showing. Okay. So the one that I had, the one that is like calling me, is, oh no, another one is like calling me, whispering my name. As much as I would love. Okay, fine. Should I give 4 choices? Is that too many? Because like data visualization, scientific computing with Python, data analysis with Python, and then machine learning with Python. These are the ones that are calling me. I could like start from the top and then go down. That's also an option, because it is a curricula. Which one is singular? Anyway, you get my point. I think you should take a course that inspires you. Thing is, I love Python. That's a good quality assurance. I like information security, like something that legacy Python. I love C#. Okay. It's like my past. It's like the best friend that I grew apart with. No, I definitely want more Python, because that's the money maker for me. That's like the thing that I both love and is useful for my profession. Yes. So inshallah, I'll do that later. I have not been, was it my fault? It was definitely my fault. I did not timestamp yesterday's stream. So there are some like admin stuff that I need to do, and like making a post about this is one of them. Honestly, like let me go back. There we go. Twitch, leave my viewers alone, please. There we go. Time out. I was about to say something, like I was halfway there. Oh, okay. So I've been thinking about creating a tool. I know there are ones out there. There are a bunch of ones that are paid out there, but I've been thinking about just writing a script where I can post in multiple places, because there are APIs, right? Maybe X doesn't have it, but I know Blue Sky has it. How many places do I normally post to? Well, my brain stopped working, but you get the point. Like here are different things or different iterations of the same thing I want to say, posted in this many places as text, because like you can post a text story on Instagram, you could post a post on YouTube, just stuff like that. I think that would be fun to work on something like that. Okay, I talked a lot. Should I? We should definitely starting. So yeah, this is the HuggingFace. Oh no, young counter is old. I was about to like put the title of like, this is the HuggingFace agents course, AI agents course, and this is our URL, which I'm gonna clip like this. Okay. And yesterday we did the quiz for the small agents framework subunit. It's not a full unit, it's a subunit. And then today's plan is to do the LlamaIndex framework. Do you normally call it Twitter rather than X? I swear I called it Twitter before. I prefer calling it Twitter, but I do sometimes say Twitter X, or sometimes I have said X only, which I'm like, no, don't go there. It's Twitter/X, but I prefer, because like you're gonna tweet it, you're not gonna exit, whatever that means. Exit. Yep. Okay. Llama. I love llamas. I think it's the, what is it called in English? The what emperor? It's not Emperor of the Sun, that's the old name. It's weird, but I think whether you call it Twitter or X is a divisive thing for some people, like GIF or GIF. Oh, or even, I don't know what the third version is, but I know Mike from, what was it called? Mike, oh god, I forgot his last name as well. Called it Drive, which is like the best way of calling it. Okay, so guys, look at how fancy today's setup is. Look at this. We have a pen and paper, and I'm writing really badly, but look. What color would you prefer? Hello. This is my handwriting. So, welcome to this module. Do I do this? Where you learn how to build LLM-powered agents using LlamaIndex toolkit. Yep. Okay, that's it. Yes. So we're gonna learn about the LlamaIndex toolkit. Can you tell I'm using this? LlamaIndex. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. How do I control that? I know, like, what I can do is started and ended. That's the only shortcut I saved. Oh, I should definitely start using the shortcuts on the tablet. No, it's not a tablet. Yeah, it is a tablet. Wacom, I think. Intuos, yep. So what is a LlamaIndex? I've personally heard llama in the sense of the meta thing. It's a large language model created by Meta. So probably it's something created for them. Yep, it is a PBS idea channel. There we go. Yeah, no, I used to be like an avid watcher of that channel, and I remember it being closed and me being sad about it. I learned a lot from it. I learned the word hyperbole there, and it's something that I like is a part of my dictionary, you know? Because I'm like, why is this person saying this? Oh, that's hyperbole. Okay. A complete toolkit for creating LLM-powered agents over your data. Yes, a complete toolkit. That's nice. Using indexes and workflows. Cool. I guess I don't know what that is, but we shall see. For this course, we'll... Wait, why did this come here? I put it on the other screen. Why did you jump here? Is it because I'm here? Okay. Yeah, for this course, sorry, we'll focus on 3 main parts that help build agents in LlamaIndex. Okay, we learned about the word indexes and workflows, so maybe that's that. So we have something called components, something called agents, and tools. Yes, that is 3. You're saying 3 here, and then I see 4th, which is workflows. Can you blame me? It's 4. But we'll focus on 3 main parts. Maybe. Okay. And we press the shortcut to remove all of this text. Ta-da! And I guess I can scroll down with my tablet. Nope. How does one scroll down? I forgot. I know anyway, there is maybe the sidebar? Sorry, nope. Okay. I will learn the ropes later. So, this is where we are. and then we scroll down. Let's look at these key parts of the LlamaIndex and how they help with agents, right? Which are 4, not 3. Maybe some of them are components, some of them are not components, but yeah. Okay, this one jumps here. How do I make it smaller if it keeps jumping here? So we have components, which are basic building blocks one uses in LlamaIndex. Cool. These are, okay, things like prompts. Cool. Models. Yes. And databases. These are components. Cool. Components often could help connect LlamaIndex with other tools and libraries. Okay, very vague. We shall get there. Tools. Tools are components that provide specific capabilities like searching. We know that. Calculating. Accessing external services. Yep. I guess we know what tools are. And then they are building blocks that enable agents to perform tasks. We are familiar with this. Agents are autonomous components that can use tools and make decisions. I mean, they are models, but okay, sure, that have access to tools. They coordinate tool usage exactly to accomplish complex goals. Okay. And workflows, a step-by-step process that processes logic. Hold up, brain stopped working. Step-by-step processes that process logic together. Cool. There are a bunch of processes that do logic together. Workflows or agentic workflows are a way to structure agentic behavior. Without explicit use of agents. What does that mean? Agentic workflows are a way to structure agentic behavior without using agents. Does it like put it in a structure? I am now very curious. So what makes LlamaIndex special? Yeah, what makes you special? What did I do? I pressed something wrong, I think. Let's try and press it again. And now pressing it again. There we go. What is happening? Why aren't you becoming a pen? Oh, you are. But you don't. Is that undo? That is undo. Okay. So LlamaIndex does some things familiar to other frameworks like small agents. It has some key benefits. So these are the things that are similar, but what makes it special? This is special, right? Imagine because of fuzzy definition of when something is an agent over like prompting with Oh, okay. So that's like, okay, that's fair. Okay. Yeah, everything is fuzzy definitions, right? That's how it feels like. Because like we're building it as we go along, and by we I mean people who actually build it, but you know, humans. By we I mean humans. First, I like writing, people. Stop me. Clear workflow system. Workflows help break down, like break. Do I create something like create a vase that's broken? Oh no, it's broken. Look. And it had flowers there before, but it's all broken. Okay. I'm gonna stop. Workflows help break down how agents should make decisions step by step. Yeah, that's like the React thingy. Using an event-driven, and async first syntax. This helps you clearly compose and organize your logic. Okay, because like we had the What was it again? I forgot the first one, but like we had the act, the observe. I forgot the first one. Wow, brain. Advanced document parsing with Llama. Llama parse? Cool. That's cool. Isn't that a tool? 2. It's special that it can read documents. Llama parse was made specially for LlamaIndex, so its integration is seamless, although it is a paid feature, $. We don't do paid stuff. Like, we try to avoid it as much as we can. Many ready-to-use components. Cool. LlamaIndex has been around for a while, so it works with lots of other frameworks. That's nice. So like it's like one of the first frameworks. This means it has many tested and reliable components like LLMs, retrievers. Do I say indices or indexes? And more. Llama Hub. Llama Hub. Is it like the HuggingFace Hub? Is a registry of hundreds, like 100 of these components, agents and tools that you can use within LlamaIndex. So yeah, it's like other people created tools and you can use them, sort of thing. That's nice. That is very nice. I guess I can stop it from here. All of these concepts are required in different scenarios to create useful agents. In following sections, we will go over each of these concepts in detail. After mastering the concepts, we will use our learning to create applied use case with Alfred, the agent. Same way we did with small agents. Getting our hands on LlamaIndex is exciting, right? So what are we waiting for? Let's get started with finding and installing the integrations we need using Llama Hub. I am guessing we'll be fine with I guess we might need some signups. Let's see. So next page. Introduction to Llama Hub. All right. Llama Hub is a registry of hundreds of integrations, agents, and tools that you can use within LlamaIndex. Alfred, my boy. Alfred, our best friend, is here. Yes. I really like the Hugging Face. What do you call it? Icon? No, logo. Okay, so Llama Hub is a website, probably, where you can look for stuff people created and you can use it, which is nice. Llama Hub is like Q's in Q's lab. Oh, I'm like, questions? No, Q the person. In the basement of MI6, we can use it to find the most wonderful gadgets for agents. My question is, aren't these all like under, what is it called? The thing that you can't use because copyright. There we go. Like talking about Q and talking about, oh, do we have, is there a, no. Where is the collab link? I suppose we'll just read how we can pip install it. We'll be using various integrations in this course. So let's look at Llama Hub and how it can help us. All right. Let's see how to find and install the dependencies for the components we need. Installation. Most of the time, download looks like this, not installation. Right? LlamaIndex installation instructions are available as well as a well-structured overview on Llama Hub. I'm gonna have to click this later. This might be a bit overwhelming. Oh, so I don't click it because it's overwhelming at first, but most of installation commands generally follow an easy to remember format. Yeah, I suppose. You install this. Oh, look. Okay, so you say LlamaIndex, and then you say the type of component, and then you say the name of the framework. So an example would be to try and install the dependencies for an LLM and embedding component using HuggingFace Inference API integration. You say LlamaIndex LLMs, HuggingFace API, LlamaIndex embedding, HuggingFace. So you can access HuggingFace stuff inside it. I guess it's like a form of integration. But let's go to the hub and see what's all the hubbub about. Hee, I made a joke. Okay. Get your RAG application rolling in no time. All right. So agents, we can look for agents, people that have created, oh no. The first yawn is here. Okay, we don't count, not today. Oh, that's a limited number. But it's cool. LLM compiler agent worker, introspective agent, dash scope, lats. Oh, these are created by LlamaIndex, as in like they're them. OpenAI agent is just a thing that is available. Huh. View on GitHub. So it's the integration with OpenAI, how you can connect it. Why is the README so limited? Okay. Cool. Usage. Once installed, we can see the usage pattern. You'll notice that the prompt path follows the install command. Underneath, we can see an example of the usage of the HuggingFace API interface for an LLM component. And like we saw, LlamaIndex LLM, HuggingFace API, import HuggingFace inference API within the LlamaIndex. That's actually pretty cool, right? Dot .env import load.env. What is a .env? I'm like, is this .net? Retrieve HF token. Yup, that's the normal thing we do. And then we're calling the HuggingFace inference API to get an LLM. The model name is Quinn. I guess that's some other information like max token. This is our HF token to get access. And then I forget how to scroll. How exactly am I supposed to scroll? Okay. And this is normal inference, but like we're doing it with LlamaIndex, which is like fancy. Wonderful. We now know how to find, install, and use integrations for components we need. Let's dive deeper into the components and see how we can use them to build our own agents. Cool. What are components in LlamaIndex? Why can't I press that? Okay, I pressed it. What are components in LlamaIndex? What are components in LlamaIndex? I'm gonna hydrate before I start, because when I start, I don't want to like start tangents, even though I like starting tangents. I'm like, let's try and avoid it, but also when it comes, we welcome it with open arms. So we just now, you go here, learned about, we went through intro, and then just to look at the Llama the hub, the Llama hub. And then I guess we are going to say what are components in, okay, I need to drink water. All right. Where was I? Yeah. So we're looking at components and their fuzzy descriptions using the tools. Quiz 1, using agents, creating agentic workflow in LlamaIndex. Quiz 2. Seems reasonable. The way I see it, we're gonna get to quiz 1 and then I'm gonna be like zero energy. We shall see. I know I'm like really slowly going through this, but one must conserve one's energy. There's only one quiz here, but I really am curious about LangGraph and LlamaIndex, so that's cool. Also, I need to do my homework, which is like a thing that I have, which is something that I need to do. Like I say yes to too many things in real life, like not online. And yay, homework. How? Momo, no, we don't say yay, homework. You know what? We say yay that we're privileged enough to have homework. Trying to make it sound fancy for myself. That we have the time, the energy. We are healthy and we can dread homework, you know? That's cool. But yeah. So, like, there are a lot of things that I need to do that are normal real life stuff where I need to, it would be great of me, hey, if I could do the streams where I'm like doing my stuff, study with me streams, work with me streams, co-working, that's what it's called. Because then I can do just like alleviate some of the burden. I think I used that word correctly. To make it easier on myself. Yeah. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna need to write a to-do list for myself. Not a to-do list. Like, these are the things that I need to get done this week. List. And then plan for it. Because if I don't, my brain is going to be so busy where I don't do anything fun for myself. And then I feel guilty if I do anything fun because I'm like, I have so many things to get done, but I don't do the things because I don't even plan for it. Why am I complaining? Anyway, like, you know, I am the one who wants to do this stuff, but then I don't do it, which is weird. Brain is weird. Where were we? Thank you for saying that. Cause like I like this stuff, but I also feel like I like procrastinating. Does a person like procrastination? By the way, I'm gonna mute myself, drink some water, and then start again. I like drinking water. Okay, we are unmuted. So, what are components in LlamaIndex? Remember Alfred? Our helpful butler agent in Unit 1? Of course we remember Alfred. To assist us effectively, Alfred needs to understand our request and prepare and find and use relevant information to help complete tasks. So, prepare, find, use info. Okay. This is where LlamaIndex components come in. While LlamaIndex has many components, we'll focus specifically on the query engine component. Is query engine like a web search tool? And I punched the mic. Okay. Why? I'm sure people have seen the video where the pastor says why like 1,000 times. Because I feel like I keep saying it like him because it's a meme in my brain and that's how it comes out. Because it can be used as a retrieval augmented generation RAG tool for an agent. Oh, so like for me, a rag tool means you have oh, I remember how to scroll. There's a button and it helps you scroll. I know how to scroll now. Yay. Okay. Oh god, too far. Where was I? For me, rag means you have a knowledge base, a document most of the time, and then you draw from it. It's not online. I probably should tell it to not over scroll. Scroll once. Okay, scroll another. Hey, yeah, Allah. Okay, come on, we can do this. Nope, that's good. That's great. Good job. Okay, and then the other one is right click. There are 2 buttons on this pen. I love this tablet. Like I said, I got this 10 years ago for myself, and I was like, I'm gonna start drawing because I like drawing. And I even created most of my animated, quote unquote, animated videos using this tablet. Even my avatar, the one that, not this one obviously, but the one that is on my profile pictures, are created with this tablet. So what is rag? What are we in the place where we need to define rag? Cool, let's do that. LMs are trained on enormous bodies of data to learn general knowledge, which is called like a base model. However, they may not be trained on relevant and up-to-date data. Okay. RAG solves this problem by finding and retrieving relevant information from your data. To me, that's like the important part, and giving that to the LLM. Like even in that sense, the parts where ChatGPT says memory updated should be RAG, right? We're scrolling up. Okay, I need to get this under control. Retrieval augmented generation, RAG, helps, and it's in the middle of the screen, helps make informed decisions on top of factual data you care about. This is us, the user. This is how I draw my my character. What is happening? Why are we so mad? Smiley face, and then there's the hijab, which I think that's how I draw. I might be, yes, that's how I draw the hijab. There we go. Yes. No, I don't have this part. Whoa. I used to draw that part and then I stopped drawing that part. And then there's the sides around it, and then there's the extra part, and that's me. Oh my god, exactly. Yeah, I was thinking, do I need this part up here? But then I didn't, because it looked weird, or do we have it? I'm not sure. This part. Yeah. I'm used to drawing it a lot because I had to train myself to draw it. But it looks weird because like when you draw something, you create 1,000 lines and then you choose one. Not exactly, but you get it. Yep. So, your data. This is the user, which is us. LLMs respond to us. We make a query. We have our data knowledge base / whatever it's called, which could be databases, documents, APIs, structured, unstructured, programmatic. I was like, problematic. Yes. And then that gets indexed. Oh, that's the index component. Now I get it. Prompt plus query plus relevant data becomes the response to us. See, now we understand better because we can draw on it. We couldn't draw on it before and we couldn't understand anything. Tell me this is not more entertaining. You cannot say it's not more entertaining. So, no, I'm not going to use drawing here. I can just do this. I'll draw when it asks. Now, think about how Alfred works. See, one cannot. Thank you for not canning, So let's think about how Alfred works. You ask you ask Alfred to help plan, right, a dinner party. Alfred needs to check your calendar, dietary preferences. That's nice. And past successful menus. Oh my God, Alfred, I need an LLM that tells me what I should eat now. Cause like I like food, obviously, but for example, I had something yesterday which I like. Do I eat it again today? Even if there are no leftovers, does one I don't make food. What do I say? Order? Does one get the food again? Like, I know there are probably 10 to 20 types of meals that I like, but I don't know which one I should eat. I've forgotten the name of all of them. Like, I I have this app idea where it's not really an app idea, but like it's a form of usage, because Anki something app is like used for reviewing information, where the longer you have not reviewed the information, it's called timed review, something like that. So I was like, I need some form of like this type of getting information from before instead of recent information, where it says you have not had this food for a week and a half or for 2 weeks. Why not like recommend this one? You guys get me? I like too many things. So the past successful menu, like you could maybe thumbs up a menu and say, okay, I'm okay with getting this as a recommendation more. And it has to be your own menu. It cannot be other people's menus, because that doesn't make sense. It's your own preferences. That was a tangent. I'm back. The query engine helps Alfred find this information. Nice, because that's this part. This is the query engine, right? And use it to plan the dinner party. Awesome. This makes the query engine a key component for building agentic RAG workflows in LlamaIndex. Just as Alfred needs to search through your household information. that feels weird, doesn't it? Like Alfred the person searching through the household information to be helpful. Okay. Any agent needs a way to find and understand relevant data. Cool. The query engine provides exactly this capability. Okay, let's see if we can scroll. Why can't I scroll? Button pressed. Button. What is happening? Scroll. Nope, that's not. There we go. Oh wow, that was perfect. Now, let's dive a bit deeper into the components and see how you can combine components to create a RAG pipeline. I guess the thing at the top that we saw is the pipeline. Creating a RAG pipeline using components. These are so useful. Do I say open here? I can do that. Nice. Open in Colab. Copy it to my drive. And then let's see how much we can use. There are 5 key stages within RAG, which in turn will be a part of most larger applications you build. These are loading. I'm gonna need to draw on this. It's asking me to draw. So we have 5 key stages within RAG, which is like a part of a bigger application, or most large applications that one builds. One of them, first one is loading. That's how loading happens. No, that feels like it's let's create a bunch more errors. Now that's how loading happens. Loading refers to getting your data from where it lives, whether it's text files, PDFs, another website, a database, or an API into your workflow. LlamaHub provides hundreds of integrations to choose from. Hi Fuzzy Fox, what's up? That's a lovely name. And your icon is a fuzzy fox, which is more lovely. Yeah, isn't that, I was like, isn't that indexing? No, indexing is the second one. Indexing would be like drawing a table-like thing, and like these are the indexes. That's indexing. This means creating a data structure that allows for querying the data. It doesn't have to be a table, but in my head it's a table. For LLMs, this nearly means creating a vector embedding, fancy, which are numerical representations of meaningful data. Is it in 3D space? Well, we visualize it in 3D space. It doesn't have to be, but yeah, it's numerical representations. Yeah, embeddings, yeah. Are word embeddings different from vector embeddings? Probably. Indexing can also refer to numerous other metadata strategies to make it easy to accurately find contextually relevant data based on properties like houses. That was a joke, people. Storing is normally drawn like this, a database. That's storing. This is not a cup. Do not draw a handle. And then some like, this is a cup now. Okay. Storing. Once your data is indexed, you want to store your index as well as other metadata to avoid having to re-index it. Right. Once you index it, you put it somewhere. Fair. Querying is like, asking a question, or like making this hand thingy with a face thingy. Oh no, that was wrong. Undo. Okay, one more time. I'll try to recreate the emoji, but better. So this is the hand thingy. This is the eyes. This is the mouth, which is curious. And then maybe like, yeah, that's as far as I'll go. The hand is supposed to be like on the chin, and it's curious. Query. But it does not look like a hand. It looks like a it looks like a tie, but like sideways. For any given indexing strategy, there are many ways you can utilize LLMs and LlamaIndex data structures to query, including subqueries, multi-step queries, and hybrid strategies. Cool. Very, very cool. Exactly. You get me, Momo. You do. That's the emoji it's supposed to be. The mouth is less thing, but that's how I draw it when I create emojis, when I write things down. Like when I write things down, half of the things I write down are like expressions of like thinking, or like haha, you know. Yes, never read my diary. Evaluation. Let's do that's like pro. Hi, what's a pro? Thank you. The drawing part, absolutely. I'm a pro in drawing. I'm not a professional person who draws, but I should be. So for the evaluation, I'm thinking I don't know, like a test score with an A on it. A+. Woo, you know? Does that help? A critical step in any flow is checking how effective it is how effective it is relative to other strategies, or when you make changes. Evaluation provides objective measure of how accurate, faithful, and fast, meaning performance. I'm not gonna draw a car. Does this look like a car? Absolutely. Even the lights are on. Your response to queries are yes. So we measure accuracy. Faithful is not something you can measure, but because like there is the recall, there's the precision. I'm guessing these are precision and recall, and then this is performance. I could be wrong. I feel sad for removing all of this, but hey, we don't have a choice. We must go. Next, let's see how we can reproduce these strategies using components. So loading and embedding documents, the steps we talked about upstairs, clipboard. I don't know. I'm fine. I'm joking. Oh, hi. Hi, Mustafa. What about clipboards? So let's see how we can reproduce these stages using components, loading and embedding documents. We still have not used any part of the code, but we'll get there pretty soon. Because like I can see some code down here. As mentioned before, LlamaIndex can work on top of your own data. Wait, does that mean small agents can't use RAG? It should. There was even a chapter about it, as far as either I've forgotten everything or that was the case. Before accessing data, we need to load it. Yeah. Okay. I mean, there are ways where data can be streamed, but it's not as useful. Which I'm guessing it's not a choice here because it's not useful. There are 3 main ways to load data into LlamaIndex. This time it's actually 3. The other time it was 4. But we have 1 and a 2 and a 3. Simple directory reader, a built-in loader for various file types from a local directory. Like Excel and Word document, those type of file types. Because like Llama parse is for PDF parsing, available and managed by API. I'm guessing it's the paid thingy because that's what I heard. And then Llama Hub, a registry of hundreds. We write the hundreds again with an S this time, of data loading libraries to ingest data from any source. Yes. Cool. So yeah, we looked at Llama Hub, but we did not look at Llama Parse, the parser. Is this just the hub? No. Okay, it's a different thing. So, we're going to here. Okay, that was not me yawning. Oh, I cannot scroll sideways more. Why is this like in the middle of the room? Thank you. Yeah. So these are file types. PowerPoint, document, Word document, and Excel sheets are things that it has ability to read from. That's nice. That's really nice. Because like there are ways to load data, but I guess we wanted to go to the RAG thingy. Data connectors with Llama Hub. You click one and then it tells you how to read it. So I should definitely zoom in because it's smaller for you guys. Download loader, and then one of them would be Google Docs reader. So you go into Google Drive. There we go. Okay. Cool. Notion reader, Slack reader, Discord reader. That is dangerous. Simple directory reader is like the best way. API-Fi. No, we don't have a yawn counter because I have not yawned twice today. I am not using the yawn counter. I'm using this up here for information, to tell people like this is information. I'm not going to use screen space for silly things like yawn counters. So, the simplest way to load data is with simple directory reader. The most complex way to load data is with complex directory reader, which it doesn't exist. That was a joke. This versatile component can load various file types from a folder and convert them into documents. Which part? The yawn counter is very important information. Does level of yawning means how much I've slept? Because I feel like yesterday's yawning were a bit excessive compared to today. But I did get a really nice 40-minute nap in later. So yeah, we convert them into documents, which are objects that LlamaIndex can work with. So let's see how that is done. Here's an example of, I'm not gonna read. Do I have anything that I can read from my directory? The file that I downloaded from the vibe coding is still, as far as I remember, I have not deleted it from my downloads folder. But I'm guessing when you're on Colab, whatever is like here in this folder structure would be the thing that's in the directory. Right? Yeah, Allah, where are we using it here? We're loading a data set, not a directory thingy. Cool. Did you see me scroll so nonchalantly with the tablet? I'm not even going to talk about it. Let's see how we can use Simple Directory Reader to load data from a folder. And just like that, you give it the path, and then the reader, you say, load the data into documents. I'm curious about this documents object. After loading our documents, we need to break them into smaller pieces called node objects. A node is a chunk of text from... Yeah, I'm learning how to scroll. Thank you. A node is a chunk of text from the original document that's easier, like a paragraph, for the API to work with, while it still have references, it still has references to the original document object. So like it's a structure of like document to nodes. Document contains multiple nodes like that. Oh god, that was too high. Okay. The ingestion pipeline is a thing. Helps us create these nodes through two key transformations. Okay, when we get to like, here's a list of things, I'm like, well, we have to draw now. You can't stop me. Number 1, sentence splitter. We split sentences. Breaks down documents. Breaks down. Okay, I cannot create a breakdancing person here, but like imagine it. Breaks down documents into manageable chunks by splitting them at natural sentence boundaries, which are most of the time just like dots or commas or stuff. Second, so sentence splitter is a thing that exists. HuggingFace embeddings, nice, converts each chunk into numerical embeddings, like the whole chunk. That's why we're not calling them word embeddings, because it's not a word thing. Vector representation that capture the semantic meaning in a way AI can process effectively. Like the AI is like, let's do this in a good way. Ooh, splitting. Can I draw a scissor? This looks like a bow and arrow. No, a bow and arrow. It looks like a normal bow. You know, when you tie something into, like when you tie your shoes, this is what it looks like. So this process helps us organize our documents in a way that's more useful for searching and analysis. Yes. No one will know why I was quiet for a second there. So we're getting documents, which is the object. We're getting LlamaIndex embeddings, HuggingFace embedding. We are getting core node parser, which is the sentence splitter, and then ingestion, which is ingestion pipeline. Create the pipeline with transformations. What does that mean? So we have a pipeline. Transformations is a thing inside pipeline. We're getting sentence splitter, chunk overlap 0. Why? You'll miss information. I guess if it's at natural pauses, then it's not, you don't lose as much information. And then the embedding, model name by. That's a really cool emoji. Can I draw it? I guess I would start with drawing the hand. Whoa, look at this fancy hand. How many fingers? Uh-oh, undo. Absolutely undo. And it's fine. No. Oh my god, nope. I lost the hand. We try again, but now bigger. This is a hand, people. And then they yawn. And then the eyes. Yeah, that's a pretty good yawning emoji. Oh, that's adorable. Okay. We are not distracted. And then we tell the nodes to await pipeline a run, async run. And here's our document. That's nice. So we get the output here after it goes through this transformation pipeline. That makes sense. Thank you. Oh, I should absolutely change it to ArtStream. Absolutely. So, storing, indexing documents. Hold up. When are we using the code that we got? Oh, okay, I guess Alfred is here. But when are we using this? Create a query engine for retrieval augmented generation. When are we doing that? Because like there are parts of code, but it doesn't align with what's there. At least I'm not seeing it. It said, when did it said? You can follow the code. Okay, so I'm here. I just looked at this part, and then this is the path to directory. Okay, I guess this is the simple directory reader. Okay, fair. I guess it had to load it first. Let's go here, get our secret key, which I did say I'm gonna try and type it myself, but whoops, I forgot. The secret is HF token. And now we close this, we go back to the screen, and this is our secret. We put our secret in, login, and we're good. So I get to run this and that and then come back later. I'm like, okay, I'm here and I'm tired already, so how will I get here? We shall see. Something tells me we won't, but we shall see. I didn't bring any snacks. Sometimes I normally get snacks, but today I didn't bring any. I was like, and the beverage is tea and not coffee, which that's just what I felt like drinking. So for storing and indexing documents, after creating our node object, we need to index them to make them searchable. Yes, we talked about that. But before we do that, we need a place to store it. Since we are using an ingestion pipeline, we can directly attach a vector store to the pipeline to populate it. Like an array or a table. In this case, we'll use Chroma to store our documents. Interesting. ChromaDB. Fancy. Let's go here. Oh, you're still running. Yeah, because the header should be yellow when it's not running. Right now it's gray. We'll get there, inshallah, someday. So for ChromaDB, we're getting I guess a connector that's Chroma Vector Store, and this is our DB path to Alfred's Chroma DB. So we're creating something here. Create collection, which like to me feels like creating a database, or I don't know which one is a table, which one is a database, but I guess this is a database, this is the table, and then you store chroma collection, so it's just an empty thing for now. Now you tell it this is where you store it. Vector store. Fancy, very fancy. An overview of a different vector store can be found in LlamaIndex documentation. Cool. How's the stream? It's actually fine. Okay, because I thought internet is slow, but it's fine. Cool. We have access to all of these types of vector stores. Whoa. We used Chroma, which is self-hosted. Some of them are cloud, and memory, self-hosted, cloud. That's nice. That is nice. Simple. There's one called simple. And we got an error. The error says grant access. Yeah, but that's not error. Oh, I didn't grant access soon enough. We have an error up here that says some dependency related stuff. Cool. So this is the simple. No. So we're loading something first. What we're loading is, got it. We're loading this data set, find personas, and then we save it. We make a directory, a folder called data, and we save it as text. Then we can use the simple directory reader, because that's where it's here. Ta-da! Where? That's not it. That's sample data. There it is. Data. It's empty. We're waiting for it to, and it's populated now. All of these personas. This is a lot of data. And then we can load it. So this is like our list of documents. And you say simple directory reader. This is our directory loaded, and we have 5,000 documents. Nice. What do we do with this 5,000 documents? We have the documents, we put it through the pipeline, and then we look at the nodes, which are embeddings with HuggingFace embeddings, what we just went through. We're using this model for some reason. I do not recognize the name, but yeah. That's a model. And I guess that is loading this the thing that's taking time? Because that's where it's pausing. And now we're here in the pipeline. We got the model, and these are our nodes. Cool. Can we visualize this somehow? I'm gonna ask Gemini to take, what are these called? Take the embeddings in the nodes object and visualize it in 3D space. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Oh God. Hello. I probably made a mistake, but we shall see. Nothing? What is happening? Where are my nodes, embeddings list? I guess that's not what I meant. But also nothing is happening. Where's my figure? Because like to me, let's see, like before we create the scatter plot and all of that, I want to see what's in this data. Like this, what is this? 10 items. Why 10? Oh, that. There it is. So like embeddings. Is it a data frame first? It's a list. It's a cute list. And if we say embeddings list this time, for real, is another list. Why aren't we at the top? Wait, where's the top? Oh, there it is. Okay. So why did we put it in 3 parts here? You know what? Do not make 3D space. Just visualize it. And visualize it. That's it. Does that makes sense, right? This should make more sense. Because we're just plotting it with matplotlib. Perform dimensionality reduction. Why though? Why 2D? Why couldn't you do 3D and now you can't do 2D? Also, where's my... Oh, okay, it's still loading. Where's my visual? Okay, I guess it tried to split the list in 3 parts. Because it's just numbers. Oh, okay, I see 1 start. Does this end? Is this actually in 3D space? There's so much that I can't see it. Does this go to the end? Well, I can't tell. Look! So much information. This makes all the sense. Every sense. This makes no sense. This is not how you visualize data. Why are we seeing... How much are we seeing? Why? Component 1, component 2. Without reducing dimensionality. There we go. I'll stop here. Without reducing dimensionality. This time, what is it doing? It's trying to enumerate, okay. Now it's trying to create a list of figures. Not really, no, okay. Grid? Uh-oh. I'll stop. Oh my! Okay, that is interesting. We have 10 nodes, apparently. Really, we have multiple nodes. Embedding value and their index. There's no information in their index exactly, but good to know. Embedding heat map. Also no information there as well. The only way to look at embeddings is, I guess, would be in 3D space, but it did not visualize it for me. It didn't. Oh, did I punch the mic again? Chroma, hi. what exactly is supposed to happen here with the Chroma DB? We're supposed to save it. Can we see how it's saved? Like, will we see it here? Sort of. Oh my god, it's SQLite. I had heard of Chroma. I doubt we can open it. Yeah. Well, it's trying. It's going to download it, isn't it? Please don't. And it did. Thank you. Okay. So, this is where embeddings come in after the whole saving thing. I guess that was a tangent, the visualization part. I could definitely do better with the visualization, but I'll need to learn how to visualize in 3D space because I don't think I've done that before. Like I could create a histogram or a plot, a normal bar plot, but yeah. So this is where the embeddings come in. By embedding both the query and nodes in the same vector space, we can find relevant matches. The vector store index handles this for us, using the same embedding model we used during ingestion to ensure consistency. We're using the HuggingFace embedding. So, and the same model that we said. This vector store index from vector store, here's our model. What are we doing exactly? Finding relevant matches. Okay. All the information is automatically persisted within the vector Chroma vector store object and passed directory path. The past directory path. There we go. The brain worked. Okay, so everything exists here and here. Now we can save and load our index easily. Let's explore how to query it in different ways. Okay. Now that it's like saved, stored in a good way for us to use it, let's try and use it. So querying a vector store index with prompts and LLMs. Before we can query our index, we need to convert it into a query interface. Okay, cool. Most common conversion options are, we have a list. Let's look at it. As retriever in my brain is a dog. For basic document retrieval, returning a list of node with score, okay, like how relevant it is, objects with similarity scores. So that's the retriever. As query engine, for single question answer interactions, returning a written response. Oh, like a prompt. Wait, no, not yet. Question answer style. As chat engine, this is an actual normal prompt and response. For conversational interactions that maintain memory access across multiple messages, returning a written response using chat history and index context. That is really useful. Cool. We'll focus on query engine, which is like the middle one, since it's more common for agent-like interactions. Okay. We'll pass it in an LLM for query engine to use the response. Oh, nice. We're using inference API. We're getting this Quinn model, query engine, as query engine. Here's our LLM. Response node tree summarize. Oh god. Here we go again. What is the meaning of life? Which obviously is 42. Cool. Can we run it from here? So this is the doing the same with the model. Yeah, indexing and then having the model having access to it. Respond using a persona that describes author and travel experience. I don't know what else Oh God. Oh wow. That is interesting. Do you think we get the same response? Because like it's saying, I've had the privilege of immersing myself in rich cultural heritage of Cyprus. Let's run it and see if we get the same error, because we are past the thing where HuggingFace token thingy. So we need to be pro to use this. We don't have credits for the inference. Did I say I'm gonna save it? I did not save it. Anyway, response processing. Thank you. I really should turn these off. I'm gonna hydrate because I talked a lot. Did I talk the same amount I talked yesterday? I feel like probably. All right. And we are back. So, response processing, meaning the response we get from the query agent under the hood. Oh no, I need to create. Oh, okay, we can do that. Like a hooded figure with a cape. Done. With maybe eyes, I don't know. Oh no, it's an angry figure. And the cape is like a bit open at the front. Wow. Under the hood, the query engine doesn't only use the LLM to answer the question, but also uses a response synthesizer. Okay, I can definitely read this, but synthesizer with a Z. Okay, as a strategy to process the response. Once again, this is fully customizable, but there are 3 main strategies that work well out of the box. And we create a box. Hold up, that's not how you create a box. You do the first, this one, and then the second one, which is a bit further, and then you connect these. Oh, I shouldn't have. Absolutely. Hold up. This one should not be here. Perfect. You connect this with this. You connect this with this. You connect this. That one totally should not have been there. And then you can, that's a box. Okay. Can I use an eraser? Is this an eraser? Nope, that is not what I meant. But yeah. Cool. Let's go back to the pen. Oh, I can do arrows. Look at this box. I'll stop. Refine. That's the first one. What are these exactly? Strategies for response processing. Create and refine an answer by sequentially, like one after the other, going through each retrieved text chunk. Text is like this. This makes a separate LLM call per node retrieved chunk, so we get a bunch of chunks. 2, compact, which is the default version, similar to refining but concatenating chunks. So you get your first chunk and then you concatenate it with your second chunk beforehand, resulting in fewer LLM calls. Why? Because it makes a separate LLM call up here, but here less. 3rd, tree summarize, which is what we requested upstairs. Create a detailed answer, probably very verbose, by going through each retrieved text chunk and creating a tree structure as such. This is not a person, this is a tree, of the answer. Yes. Cool. I guess doodling does make a person understand things better. Take fine-grained control of your query workflows with low-level composition API. This API lets you customize and fine-tune every step of the query process to match your exact needs, which pairs well with the workflows. I'm not going to do that. Oops, I clicked it. But I appreciate your thought. So, the language model won't always perform in predictable ways, so we can't be sure the answer we get is always correct. We can deal with it by evaluating. I punched the mic. Evaluating the quality of the answer. How do we evaluate the quality of the answer? Good question. Like this. Evaluation and observability. LlamaIndex provides built-in evaluation tools to assess response quality. These evaluation... Isn't this like all for the English language? These evaluators leverage LLMs to analyze responses across different dimensions. Let's look at the three main evaluators available. So, oh hey, we have the faithfulness evaluator. Someone this has to do with recall. Evaluates the, what the hell is faithfulness? Of the answer by checking, okay, if the answer is supported by the context, okay. Second is answer relevancy evaluator. That feels more relevant. By checking the answer is relevant. So one of them is supported, one of them is relevant. What do these even mean? Third is correctness. Evaluates the correctness of the answer by checking. What the hell does this mean? Okay, fine. I'll wait and see. To learn more about observability and evaluation, we can look at the bonus unit 2. Can we go there later? Do we have to go now? I'm guessing we can go later. Let's see. Bonus unit 2, agents of observation and evaluation. I'm guessing this is for like all agents, not just LlamaIndex. So we could, after finishing unit 2, go to bonus unit 2. Right? So, as a part of the code, apparently we are here testing one's faith. Query engine from the previous section, LLM from previous section. Evaluator, the faithfulness evaluator. This is your LLM. Response query engine query. What battles took place in New York City in American Revolution? Do I know? Can you see the answer? No, not really. Is that the answer? Not really. So if I go here, this is a different one for Llama Trace. Hold up. Evaluation and observability. This one here is also using faithfulness, and apparently result is passing, whatever that means. And here we have Llama Trace, which you can get Phoenix API key as Phoenix tool. Need to have an account in Llama Trace, and then you can get, what is the name of someone that is interested in AI and technology? Is there a name? Nerd. Couldn't find any information about a specific person exactly. Okay, dude, we're not looking at a name. Who's David Berenstein? Final answer is no. Okay, fair. Cool. Oh, nice. Llama Trace. This looks nice. Like, is the answer that? No, it's not. Okay. Because it's not in the text. So without direct evaluation, we can gain insight into how system is performing through observability, which is especially useful when we are building more complex workflows and want to understand how each component is performing. And Llama Trace, I guess, helps with that. We have seen how to use components to create a query engine. Now let's see how we can use query engine as a tool for the agent. So as of all of this, we looked at how to use it, create the query engine, but then how it can be used as a tool for LlamaIndex is definitely not today. I'm tired. But I'm not gonna go yet. You cannot get rid of me so easily. I am feeling let me refresh this. The CMU, Carnegie Mellon University. What do you call it? Oh wow, it's about evaluation as well. That is relevant. But for language models. Yep. It's a lecture. Hello, Vladixkit. Hi, what's up? I'm gonna update the text so that we know we are now at the CMU. CMU Advanced. I mean, I guess that's this much is okay to keep, right? Or can we keep more? How much information can we keep? CMU Advanced NLP. I'm gonna remove the fall 2024 and the 17. I think that is enough information to keep. Remove this part. Do this. Yes, now you can see it. Okay. You are a first-time chatter? Yes, you are a first-time chatter. Hi. Thank you for being here. What's up? Me, together, all of us, finished the first part of the stream where we were HuggingFace with HuggingFace agent API. What? No, AI agents. There we go. Right now, as of this moment, where are we? Here. There we go. Wait. No. Why isn't it working? Are you working now? There we go. It's working. We are here at Graham Newbig's. Oh, I should put his name. Why did I do this? Graham Newbig's channel. The CMU Advanced NLP Fall 2024. Yeah, I'm gonna clean this up and paste it there. Yep. We need to credit people because that's his lectures, and we're just looking at it. The stream is normal. This is normal. By Graham Newbig. There we go. And now we press play. Let me know if the sound is too low, too high, I don't know. We'll see.
So then, we're just gonna talk about some general language understanding evaluation, which
I normally add this, and then we full screen, and we start for in the next half an hour or so.
is called glue. So all of the data sets we just talked about were mainly developed for a specific task, but since in 2018 we have such kind of BERT pre-training models, we expect our models to kind of do multiple tasks. So we also want to develop more general or more comprehensive language understanding evaluation suits. So
fair. Point / not really a question, which is, I know his screen is zoomed in weirdly. I can't do anything about it. It's his screen. I'm guessing it's going to be like this for the rest of the lecture. We'll power through this. But yeah, we looked at different types of metrics and evaluation, like especially the older ones, machine translation, question answering. Yeah, we looked at like the older versions, and now we're talking about newer versions, which because like LLMs are evolving, being multimodal and all of that. So how do we evaluate that? It's mostly like evaluating a person in a way, but a person who I don't know. Do LMs have more decision making power or do people? I don't know.
At that time, people just compile this glue benchmark, which contains a few different language understanding tasks. So for example, they have some text classification task like SST2, which is basically a sentiment classification where you just input a review and you classify whether it's positive or negative. And um, and Glue also contains some similarity task where basically, for example, you generate a paraphrase of your given input, and then you just want to calculate whether the paraphrase sounds very similar to the original. So just compare the similarity between like two text inputs. And
Okay, sentence similarity. Um, there was another thing I wanted to note, which was, did I forget? Like I wanted to note it and then I forgot. I feel like I forgot. Okay, maybe later.
there's also some natural language inference tasks where you just compare whether it's entailment or not entailment between two text inputs. So then they just they just aggregate all of the task accuracy and then have a one final score. So then in that sense, they could just compare all of the models across like different tasks and finally get an overall score. And we just know like on what kind of task the model get an overall better score. But later on, people just found like models could quickly saturate on glue. So in the next year, in 2019, the same team develop this kind of more challenged version, which is called the super glue. They incorporated like more diverse tasks, and also these tasks.
So I've heard of super glue and glue. I think, well, blue, but super glue as well. I don't think we have a super blue, right? So what are the tasks? Question answering, right? Unnatural language, that's not understanding. What does the I stand for? Word. Anyway.
Becomes more challenging. But in general,
Oh, natural language inference. Core. Yeah, okay.
I mean,
Word sense disambiguation. Okay, everything is written upstairs, up here.
they are still like compile from existing task and try to change model to see whether they could finish all of these tasks. And then we move to the
Is there something wrong with the like audio? Because I don't know why my microphone is picking up sound when it should not be. I'm guessing it's outside sound, but like there isn't double audio, is there? Please let me know if there is double audio, because that's really annoying. Like my microphone cannot be picking up the sound of the computer. You're hearing this through, normal audio. Please let me know if there's a problem with the audio, because I can just mute my microphone.
foundation model Euro. So we basically like expect our model to solve more challenging and more general and more diverse tasks. So at that time, people develop a data set called Massive Multitask Language Understanding, or MMLU, which kind of became the most widely adopted or one of the most widely adopted metrics or evaluation benchmarks for evaluating the large language models performance. And the MMU question is were mostly compiled from like different kind of subjects exam questions. So for example, the have question like compute I plus I square I cubic blah blah blah, right? And also they have some other different kinds of subject questions. And in general, they just want to test the model's capability in different kinds of subjects. And they compare like different kind of model performance at that time. The model, nearly all of the models did
I've heard of MMLU quite a lot actually, but I have a note on what's on the screen. Hi Said Sharikh, or is it an A but written with two A's? Because sometimes A is written with two A's. Hello, it's been a long time no see. This knowledge part, like common sense, linguistics, knowledge hours. Does this mean like a normal human knowledge is like down here? Who's the hours part? Yeah.
pretty bad performance, but like nowadays people develop more and more capable large language models, and I'll just show you in the next slides, and models show very exceptional performance nowadays. Yeah, so they basically have like 57 tasks in different kind of subjects, and
Wow.
for example, I'm not sure whether you could see clearly, but for the super category, they have this kind of STEM, other social science,
Nice.
as well as humanities, and so on and so forth. So they cover very
The
relevant
amount of like high school exam, high school this, high school that is cool.
topics and subjects in the tasks in this data set. And here is this is more recent figure from social media where basically people use MMLU to track the progress of large language model development. And if you find like
I've seen this. So it is from MMLU. That's cool.
right now, the most capable models could achieve like nearly 90% accuracy, which kind of is quite impressive because consider the difficult level of this question are mostly like college level or near college level. So um, uh, this is quite impressive. And definitely there's another takeaway from this figure is like they draw both closed source models and open weight models. And for the open weight models, we also see the fast development and improvement. But meanwhile, they still have some gaps compared with the closed source models. Any questions so far?
None from my side.
All right. So then another data set is called the Big Bench. So Big Bench basically just want to also want the motivation is to cover a wide range of tasks like in the
How many
web.
authors are there? Can you guys see this? I was like, is this the abstract? Because it looks very like weirdly aligned. No, it's just a list of authors. All of this. Honestly, I've not heard of Big Bench. I had heard of MMLU, Glue, and all of that, but not Big Bench. Cool. Let's hear it and try and understand it.
And basically it is more like a community like contributing data sets where they have this kind of GitHub, and you could just like contribute your own tasks or evaluation tasks to this benchmark. And mostly like it has like more than 200 tasks. And but if you check out the keywords, sometimes like the most common keywords like common sense, free response, pragmatic, logic reasoning, reading comprehension, mathematics, and so on and so forth. So they cover wide range topics and also highlight some maybe reasoning tasks. And later on, people found maybe some big bench tasks are quite easy, or there's some noise in the original big bench tasks. So people develop this big bench hard or BBH, where basically the filter out a task maybe with fewer or maybe with only few subtasks or few examples. And they also filter out tasks without human rater basins. And they also, have some other clean or filtering criteria, and finally just
That's nice. Like trying to create a clean list of tasks.
like finally compile like 23 tasks, which are more challenging and more highlight for the reason, and they call like the big bench hard. And the basically the task like many like large language models at that time. For example, the test instruct GPT, Codex, and Palm. And one interesting finding at that time is like basically they compare the chain thoughts and no chain thoughts, or COT, no COT. So if you still remember, the chain thought is kind of like a prompting technique where basically you just ask the model to like kind of like think step by step, or like solve the problem step by step. We
I feel
briefly
like,
covered this.
yeah, this is covered. I feel like this is from end of 2024. We are like almost halfway through 2025. And I feel like chain of, oh wow.
Vodexkit just redeemed hydrate.
Thank you. I should do that. I will definitely drink some water. But yeah. I feel like chain of thought and like reasoning is like a part of LLMs now. Like it used to be an extra thing that was cool, but it's like there now. Here's me drinking water. I should definitely mute myself though, because I don't want you hearing the gulping part. Thank you. Let's go back to neutral. Yeah. So, chain of thought used to be like, feel like a novelty. Now it's like a feature. Analyzing, web searching, all of these used to be like novelty stuff, but now they're there.
In the previous classes. And firstly they found like COT is like did much better job than no COT, especially in this kind of recent tasks. And secondly, they found like COT more, using the COT prompting, we could like see more like scaling behavior than no COT.
We said at the same time. Yeah, it's Said, not Said, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna say Said for the time being because that's how it's written. How does Big Bench differ from traditional NLP benchmarks like Glue or Super Glue? Great question. I mean, he is talking about them, and the way I see it, Glue and Super Glue have like a very, very limited list of tasks that it is evaluating against. Because like if you look at MMLU, you see the list of tasks is like huge, and then you look at Big Bench, it's 200 tasks. It's like outside of huge. So I guess for me it's like the list of tasks, honestly. That's how I see the difference, but I don't understand well enough. Like I have not used those benchmarks on models that I have like worked with or fine-tuned or something to understand how it is internally and to give you an answer. So like my answer would be Google it. Sorry. But yeah, the way I see it, the difference would be in the number of tasks and how each task is evaluated. Like I saw that, was it MMLU or was it Glue, where it was like question answering. So like different ways of doing question answering, different ways of doing natural language inference. And what else was there? There are a few others in the different slides. By the way, I could easily send you the link to this video because yeah, I'm gonna do that so that you can like look at them. You can go through each slide and see what are the difference.
And also, Stanford people develop HELM, which is called the holistic evaluation of language models. Like the core idea of HELM is like, because previously when people like develop benchmark, they either like develop task specific data sets, right? Or like, they just doing a little bit randomly. So Helm saying, okay, maybe we could like first they define what kind of task and then define your own scenario. And then for different kinds of scenario or different requirement, you could like choose different kinds of metrics and evaluation data sets. And also, besides the accuracy, they also cover other kind of metrics like calibration, robustness, fairness, Bayes, toxicity, efficiency, and so on and so forth. And finally,
Whoa,
they like have like
that is interesting. Like looking at without fairness, bias, all of that, besides the normal tasks like questions and stuff. That is really cool.
a bunch of leaderboards to show like different kinds of performance in different aspects for the models. So all of the benchmarks we just introduce or just base is firstly they're static, which basically means we like human annotators just annotate this kind of tasks, and then we don't change the task size. And secondly, is more like some ground truth based task where you always have some reference there, and you just need to compare your model prediction with the human annotated answers.
Oh my god.
But
I talked for like 2 minutes and I had muted myself. This feels like a boomer using Zoom. I'm sorry. Hi Ra, what's up? Thank you. Alaikum assalam. Thank you so much for coming over from the podcast, Free Code Camp podcast, and saying hi. I really appreciate it. I was muted. I thanked you. And here I am, unmuted. I think you can hear me this time, right? I'm really thankful for the overwhelming support. And just a minute. Okay. And yeah, it's been really, really awesome.
in the reality, maybe people ask more diverse queries, right? And sometimes there are no ground truth answer to your queries. So in that scenario, and also like how could like evaluate our models on more dynamic and real scenarios? So
I guess
there,
the question I have for this slide would be, we don't, as a normal human using this, I feel like I don't, there have been times where I'm like, I don't prefer one answer over the other. Maybe I like concise answers, maybe someone likes more detailed answers. Like I feel like the evaluation, what am I evaluating based on? Because like, let's say if you give a pass or fail, that feels too gray. There is no gray scale, it's just black and white. But if it's like from 1 to 10, because this is a pass or fail, like which one is better? The end. If it's like give it a score from 1 to 10 to one side versus the other, like one feels like a 7, one feels like a 9, those two are like super similar. So what am I evaluating based on? is a question. And am I too loud? Is my microphone too loud?
There's kind of a widely adopted or well-known benchmark, which is called the chatbot arena, where basically they just ask humans to do the evaluation. The way they design this evaluation is basically like, okay, you have this kind of chat interface, and you could just input your own query in this input box. And then they have, a list of models. For example, here right now, they have like 72 models, including different kinds of LLMs. And every time they just sample two of the models from the list. And then they just show the performance or show the response of like these two different models, right? And then after seeing the two responses, the user needs to select which one is better. Because here you see there are four buttons: A is better, B is better, tie, or both are bad, right? And then like the author just the user just need to like compare these two different responses and choose like which one is better. And in that way, they could just like do the pairwise evaluation between two different models. And then they said, okay, maybe we could just show the pairwise comparison, definitely for sure. But on the other hand, since they want to just show a single score to, rank different models, so they adopted the so-called ELO or ELO rating system. ELO rating system is kind of
I have not heard of this one. Method for calculating relative skills. Ooh, okay, because like both of them are really good, both of them are really bad. Relative skills, cool.
a method for calculating the relative skill levels of different players, which has been widely adopted in competition games and sports. So I'll just skip the details of how to calculate the ELO rating system, but in the high level, say if in that case, if a player A or a model A has a better rating than model B, for example, in the last case, say the model A does a better job than model B, or the user just choose model A's response is better, then we need to just update the single player rating based on that that arena. We're basically here are two equations here. You just use the first equation to first calculate the expected score of player A, and then you just like linearly update it after each battle. Suppose like let's say A got a better response, then like player A just will get say the score 1, and then you just use that points to kind of calculate the new score of A, that's RA prime, and in that way you could just update the score, and finally you just got a single score. So that's basically the ELO rating system, and after that you
This is really
have
interesting. I'm guessing we're using like sports comparison of players to chatbots, which is like a really good idea because sports has been around for so long and a lot of people care about it. So yeah, probably a good idea. So the way I see it, as you can see me scrolling, I'm gonna pause on minute 32 and a half. Yes. Right now we're at minute 29. So yeah, just a heads up.
Since like a lot of people do the voting, right? And then you have this kind of the arena score or single score for different models, and then you just rank the models after like 100,000 battles. So chatbot arena
It's cool that it's called battles. It's comparisons, but because it's an arena, it has to be a battle.
Adopted nowadays, and people deem it as kind of one of the reliable benchmark to check out the language model's performance, because for the other benchmarks, they are mostly static, and they are usually way to decorate the benchmarks is the test set is relatively fixed, and you always could like develop ways to saturate or decorate that benchmarks. But chatbot right now is more dynamic and is more calculated based on the human preference. So it's way more hard to cheat or decorate the score. But still people find, nowadays people find there's still some way to decorate the score. For example, people found like if the model's responses are more structured or generate some more bullet points or like more or both some keywords or generate some more structured outputs, and perhaps like human will more favor or more like that response compared with some responses without very good format.
Great. I I feel like I also prefer a format where there is some structure. Probably that's universal in a way, but I'm curious if people prefer more text heavy response versus less text heavy, even if there are bullet points in like both of them. Or like a good format would be something is bold, something is like, it feels like someone cared about it.
So in that sense, maybe sometimes we more care about the factuality of the responses, but we don't want the style thing influence our human judgment. So they recently introduced a style control button where you could click that button and to remove the style influences. But
Wow.
the core idea behind this style control is like they try to like incorporate another score, which is called the style score, which is calculated based on what I said before, like different kinds of bullet points or highlight or what kind of thing. And then they just try to remove that style influences on the benchmarks. And they also have like different category here. For example, they have like general or like math instruction following, multi-turn, creative writing, coding, hard prompts, longer query, or multilingual, English, Chinese, French, German,
Wow.
Spanish, and so on and so forth.
That's
So you
cool.
could also like check different categories,
Exclude ties.
like score or rank for under like different subcategory.
And that's it. We pause here. 32:40. We save the time. We put it at the top. And
But
there
like
you go. LLMs as a judge. That is interesting. Yeah. So for next time, which will be inshallah Friday, we will be looking at using tools in LlamaIndex. And yeah, as per usual, where I make promises of like, I want to do the co-working streams during the weekdays. My personal plan would be Mondays and Wednesdays. Yeah. So I'll try to do that. Do I have any, what is it called? Plans? Do I have any like serious plans? Either Monday or Wednesday? I do not think so. Right? Hello, Tetya. Prepare group Discord page to your... I already have a Discord. Thank you. And it should be in the description of the YouTube channel. Thank you for asking. Yeah, there is a Discord page. somewhere at the end of the socials part of my YouTube channel, and I realized that my YouTube link is wrong because I changed the like the URL of the channel a few days ago. But yes, I can paste the link in the chat so that you can join us if you would like. Hello and bye, Silent Michael. What's up? No, I shall stay another hour just because you joined us. I shall not go, as a thank you to you. Yeah. What did I want to say? Oh yeah, plans for next week. So inshallah, with all of my might, I will, thing is, I don't want to plan things like 24 hours ahead, because if I do, then I'll be like, oh, I have to do this thing. But I probably will plan it half an hour before when I'm ready, or maybe less. But yeah, I will test it and see if I can do the co-working streams. My plan being for Monday and Wednesday, normal time, same time as I do this. But I would like probably finish, I'd have to finish at least 40 minutes earlier, meaning it will be an hour and a half, which is plenty for me. An hour is enough. Yeah, but it would be like co-working, as in I will mute myself and you can just probably hear some background sound. So if that is something useful for you, then join me. If not, you can come back during Friday and Saturday for the normal streams. Yes, I do have things that I need to get to. So one of them would be to have breakfast. That's something I need to get to. So yeah, I am really thankful for all the new people that have joined in the past 24 hours. I hope I don't disappoint, and inshallah see you next time if you feel like joining me. If not, that is super cool. Yes, if there's anything, let me know. If not, I'm gonna try and end the stream, go to the goodbye thingy, what do you call it, scene. Yeah. So thank you for being here, thank you for the kind comments and for chatting with me, and for I appreciate it, for giving me your time. Inshallah see you next time. I shall go to the end screen, and yes. Goodbye.